So the Lakers will be prudent with trading first round picks, and Anthony Davis might be available via trade. So we'll figure out how we'll title this video. And we'll talk first Lakers being prudent about trading their pick, and then we'll talk about Anthony Davis might be available trade. Anthony Davis allegedly being available for trade, it comes from a recent podcast by Bill Simmons of The Ringer. And I have a love-hate relationship with Bill Simmons, obviously. I know who Bill Simmons is. My dad's a huge Boston Celtics fan, so there's that. And I've read Bill Simmons' basketball book. But, I think Bill Simmons says some outlandish stuff, but I do agree with him on Doc Rivers. Let's talk about what Shams Charania said on FanDuel TV. The Los Angeles Lakers aren't in a rush to make any trades to try and help them out of their poor start to the season. Los Angeles has engaged in trade talks, but those trade talks often include the Lakers giving up both of their 2027 and 2029 first round picks. At this point, LA is unwilling to part ways with both picks in any deals. There's not a belief that there is a trade on the table that will make the Lakers title contenders immediately. There's also worry that the Lakers may struggle to get beyond the play-in tournament range, even if they make a trade that sends out both first round picks. The idea of the Lakers protecting the picks have been brought up, but that is nearly impossible. Teams are only allowed to trade picks up to 7 years in the future, and all of conditions of a trade must be met before that 7-year window ends. The Lakers could trade their 2027 pick with protection, but without a rollover option to 2028, because that would make the 2029 untradeable due to the Stepien rule. The Stepien rule prevents teams from trading future first round picks in back-to-back drafts. If you guys don't remember, Stepien was the Cavaliers owner back in the 80s. If you guys listen to, I believe it is George Karl's, you can listen to his audiobook. I listened to his audiobook when I was driving, but George Karl explains the Stepien rule in his book because he worked for the Cavs at the time. I drive a lot to Maryland and from Maryland. I don't drive a lot. I do it like 3 or 4 times a year, but it's an 18-hour drive, so I listen to like 2 or 3 audiobooks. I've listened to Phil Jackson, Nick Nurse, Breaks of the Game, like so many, just NBA, Kevin Garnett's, George Karl's. But let's continue. And that's because of Ted Stepien, who owned the Cavaliers, and I think he traded all his picks because for, who was it? Yeah, he traded 5 consecutive picks for like players, and that's like how it ended. Also, they're doing landscaping outside my window. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. But in a recent podcast, Bill Simmons of The Ringer said Anthony Davis could be available via trade. The reason Anthony Davis might be available are the Lakers' poor start. Questions about Anthony Davis's health moving forward and Davis being the Lakers' best trade asset. This is a quote. So, the Lakers lost again today. This was Sunday. There's some buzzing that AD might be available. That's a plan B. Because the Westbrook trade, or whatever they think they can get for Westbrook, and whatever you want to give up future assets, maybe doesn't even make sense. Because what are you getting if you're the Lakers? End quote, said Bill Simmons. Simmons and The Ringer NBA writer Kevin O'Connor then talked about how the Lakers doesn't seem like they're going to be trading Westbrook and picks for any of the rumor available packages as a way to fix this season. Bill Simmons and Kevin O'Connor said they've both heard the Lakers would prefer to not take on money for the next season if any trades they make. So they want all expiring contracts. And I think it's interesting because you look at the situation. The Lakers, they can't trade Russ. They need to make a trade, but I think it's an interesting situation. Hopefully they figure it out sooner rather than later.